have for you a video that is being recorded inside our 1870s tenant house. Now, if you walk around this house, you'll notice that there are 2 rooms on each side, and they're divided by 1 hallway. And that's pretty much it, besides a porch on the front and the back. So you'll notice there's one thing that's missing from this house, and that is a bathroom. So today's artifact has to do with bathrooms. We thought that would be fun today. So this artifact right here is a chamber pot, and we don't know too much about who made it or what date it's from, but we know that it is a chamber pot, and we know that it's made out of ceramic. Now, in the 1870s, especially on rural farms like Oakview, it was very common to not have indoor plumbing, right? Most people wouldn't have had bathrooms inside their houses. Most people would have had something called an outhouse, and that was mostly just a deeply dug pit with a wooden seat over top of it and surrounded by 4 walls for a little bit of privacy. And so that's what they would use as the bathroom. Now, that was fine during the day when it was light outside, but no one really wanted to be stumbling around outside in the pitch black in the middle of the night searching for that outhouse. So a solution to that is the chamber pot. Now, chamber pots would have been located either next to the bed or under the bed. And they were used in the middle of the night. If someone needed to use the bathroom, they could just do their business in the chamber pot. And you can see that this one has a lid on it, okay, to kind of help with those smells that might have happened. And it also has this handle because the contents of the chamber pot would have been dumped out every morning. Now, there certainly would have been a designated area to kind of dump out all these bathroom contents, and so that was a feature of most farms as well. Another thing that was really common on rural farms like Oakview is that most people would not have been wearing shoes in their daily lives. They either would have had just 1 pair for special occasions, or more likely than not, if they were children, they probably wouldn't have owned shoes because they were expensive, and they were especially expensive if you needed to buy your kid a new pair of shoes every year because they were growing. So for all those reasons, wearing shoes was not a daily part of people's lives on farms. But the combination of having these kind of outdoor bathroom areas and not wearing shoes led to a particular problem, and that is the hookworm. Now, the hookworm is a parasite, and the hookworm larvae, they grow in these bathroom areas, and they enter the body through the feet. So that's the problem with not wearing shoes. They would enter the body through the feet and make their way up into the small intestine and lead to a pretty bad infection. It was not great. And hookworm is often called the germ of laziness because the 2 main symptoms of having hookworm infection is slowness, so slowness in the body, being lethargic, but also slowness of the mind, and also kind of like a pale skin, sallow kind of look as well. So this actually led to a perception in the 20th century that poor farmers in the South were slow and they were lazy and they were dim. But we know that's not true today. It was mostly because of this widespread hookworm infection. And those were simply the symptoms and not the reality for most people. Now, hookworm continues to be a problem in some parts of the world still today. But in the South, it certainly was lessened due to 3 main things. Due to the advent of indoor plumbing inside homes, more common, people started wearing shoes more commonly, and also there were large, widespread campaigns to administer treatment and testing for hookworm. So all of those reasons helped eradicate the hookworm from the South, and particularly the rural South. Well, thank you for following along to today's Artifact Spotlight. I hope you learned a little bit, and if you have any questions or if you would like us to feature certain artifacts, feel free to let us know in the comments.